The Dreamwalker. Thomas Carter was an unremarkable man living a decidedly ordinary life as a mid-level librarian in a small town. Each day blurred together, filled with the scent of aged paper and the soft rustle of pages, as he spent hours organizing books and helping patrons. However, every evening brought a peculiar twist that set his life apart, one that would transform his mundane existence into a world of extraordinary possibilities. Before we start, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Storyational, and stay till the end. And if you love horror stories, check out our Scary Stories playlist. Every night, as he surrendered to the tender embrace of sleep, Thomas found himself stepping into the dreams of others. It was a rare gift, a strange ability that had awakened in him without warning. The first time it happened, he was amazed to discover himself soaring across vast, colorful landscapes in the dream of a child. His laughter echoed through the vibrant skies as he danced with fantastical creatures, experiencing freedom in a way he never thought possible. This new world was thrilling, an escape from the drudgery of his reality. From that point on, sleep became an adventure. Each night turned into a journey through the minds of everyone around him. Friends, co-workers, even strangers whose dreams lined the edges of his own consciousness. He frolicked in the joys of lovers reuniting, wept in sympathy with those coping with loss, and basked in the euphoric highs of artists inspired by dreams yet unpainted. Days turned into weeks, and with each foray into the dreamscape, Thomas's heart soared with excitement. However, as he flitted from one dream to another, he began noticing the shadows lurking just behind the vibrant colors. Some dreams carried haunting memories. He stumbled upon nightmares where grief painted the landscapes in darker shades. In one particularly troubling dream, he found himself grappling with the guilt of a soldier, the weight of lives lost pressing down like a tangible force. It sent a shiver down his spine. The consequences of his ability felt heavier than he had initially grasped. What had started as a thrilling escapade silently morphed into a weighty responsibility, an unexpected burden. The more he ventured into these hidden regions of others' minds, the more he understood that each dream held fragments of truth, pieces that made up the intricacies of their lives. The patterns took root in Thomas's daily existence. He became acutely aware of the struggles hidden behind practiced smiles and friendly faces. It was during a casual coffee outing with coworker Lisa, a woman who often exuded calm wisdom, that he began to glimpse the layers of her pain. Over steaming mugs, she mentioned difficulties in her life, but laughter often punctuated her words. Yet, when he later entered her dreams, a swirling vortex of muted colors filled with bleak landscapes, he witnessed the reality she concealed from the world. The dark fog wrapped around her silhouette as she wandered through memories of loss and sorrow, unable to escape the shadows. The damning realization washed over him. The burdens of her heart had reached out, intertwining with his own. With each journey through the dreamscapes, he gathered the fragments of untold stories, allowing the pain of others to seep into his own consciousness. Instead of merely experiencing their lives, he began to shoulder their heartaches. It left him breathless, disoriented, desperately trying to find the distinction between his innermost thoughts and those he absorbed from their minds. His nights fluctuated between longing for adventure and dread at the encroaching weight of borrowed grief. One ominous night, he found himself in a realm unlike any other, a twisted, uncharted dreamscape inhabited by whispering shadows. The air was thick with tension, an otherworldly atmosphere wrapping around him like a suffocating veil. The shadows whispered his name, a haunting chant that sent chills racing down his spine. "Tom, ass, not all is what it seems," they crooned in low, echoing voices, leaving him unsettled, suffocated by a sense of dread. Desperation clawed at his mind as he sprinted through the dismal landscape, searching for escape. Yet no exit materialized. Each corner turned unveiled even more disorienting terraces and altering pathways, all leading him deeper into despair. Panic gripped him to the core. What was happening? Was this a dream or a nightmare? And as he considered the reality that stretched beyond the unconscious realm, fear gnawed at him. Could he ever truly wake up, or was he destined to remain trapped here indefinitely, lost within the consciousness of others? Waking abruptly, Thomas sat upright in bed, heart racing and breath quickening. The shadows lingered in the corners of his mind, whispers echoing like remnants of a half-remembered song. It terrified him. How much of the dark life in those uncharted realms seeped into his own? How close was he to losing his sense of self? The looming worries tangled with his day-to-day existence, transforming the once pleasant adventure into a relentless cycle of anxiety. It gnawed at him. Each evening, he wrestled with dread, knowing sleep would usher him into a world where reality blurred and his essence grew closer to breaking apart. He sometimes wondered if he would wake up and find that his own life had vanished, replaced by the shadows of borrowed memories. Thomas sought solace in the normalcy of interacting with Lisa, who continued to draw him into the shared light of their realities. Their meetings became a refuge, a welcome time freed from the weight of shadowed grief. Over coffee, they reminisced about mundane topics, shared laughter, and gradually, he felt the stark contrast of their lives merge into something better. One afternoon, the conversation took a more serious turn. Thomas, caught in a moment of vulnerability, divulged his fears, the unsettling experience of losing himself in the deep recesses of others' dreams. He articulated his concern about the dreams he visited, revealing how powerless he felt, a sightseer wandering but never really connected to the reality around him. Lisa listened intently, her presence a steadying force. "I never thought of it that way," she remarked softly. "Your experiences are wrapped in so many feelings, they might actually help you understand yourself better. Sometimes, facing the darkness allows the light to shine through." Something clicked within him. The idea of sharing that weight, of bearing the burdens of collective experiences, became a comforting reminder. Perhaps the shared journey of understanding each other's hearts wouldn't be so suffocating after all. In the following weeks, Thomas realized that while he had a gift, it also opened a door to deeper understanding. They found strength in vulnerability. Each night, when he entered the dreams of others, he felt less burdened. Their shadows intertwined with his, ultimately becoming threads of connection instead of shackles. But the dark, uncharted realm still loomed in the back of his mind. He could not shake the feeling that there was unfinished business, a resolution he hadn't yet addressed. While the whispers had quieted, they remained a haunting undercurrent in his thoughts, drawing him into that realm again and again. Determined to understand it more intimately, he resolved to confront the essence behind the uncharted land. One particular night, he settled into his bed, steeling himself for whatever awaited him in that mysterious domain. A wave of anxiety rippled through him, but he knew he could not shy away from the truth any longer. Clarity awaited in the heart of darkness. As consciousness faded, he breached the familiar threshold of the uncharted realm, a desolate land staring back at him, shadows whispering his name with more urgency. "Tom, enter our dance," they called, twisting and curling around his aura, begging him to join them. But this time, he stood firm, resolute. "I am not afraid," he declared, raising his voice against the lingering doubts. The shadows recoiled momentarily, but as he pressed forward, determination breathing life into his will, they soon swarmed him. This time he demanded answers. "Why do you whisper? What is it you want from me?" He felt the air shift as a sudden silence hung heavily, conversing only through their movements, swirling in intricate patterns. Slowly, images materialized amidst the shadows. Dreamers whose burdens weighed them down, the soldier, the grieving widow, the artist captured within a moment of failure. Faced with their pain, Thomas felt an overwhelming tidal wave of empathy crash over him, threatening to pull him into the depths. For a heartbeat, he hovered on the edge of despair, but the warmth blossoming from Lisa's essence within him brightened the darkness. He spoke into the swirling void. "I have felt your pain and connected with your memories. I have carried your burdens. But now, I wish to share my own, to face it together." What followed was transformative. The shadows twisted, coalescing into soft forms unveiling their true appearances. Individuals who had struggled through their journeys, lost within their own grief, presence blending not into darkness but into a harmonious group, united in their shared burdens. Where once there were only echoes and whispers, he found voices filled with understanding, transforming into a myriad of colors that washed over him. They shimmered like the dawn breaking the darkness of night, an experience monumental in its unification of pain into understanding. Enjoying the story? Don't forget to like and subscribe to Storyetional. And if you love chilling tales, check out our horror playlist for more. In that singular moment, a connection sparked. Shadows morphed into allies as Thomas stepped beyond the confines of emptiness. The burdens no longer felt like chains, but links of a chain of shared experience. Together, they sang, a melody of remembrance, healing, and acceptance that reverberated across the landscape. As dawn approached in this uncharted realm, the air lightened, suffused with warmth and connection. "You have awakened us," a shadow softened into soft hues. A woman draped in light, the essence of the countless dreamers had amalgamated in the moment of triumph. Now, we face the light together. In the vivid colors blooming around him, Thomas awakened in his own bed with renewed clarity. The dawn sunlight poured into his room, illuminating the remnants of fear and anxiety. It felt lighter now, no longer a suffocating presence but a reminder of growth. Emboldened, he picked up his journal and opened its worn pages, filling them with the newfound awareness of shared experiences, hopes, and blessings. He would no longer traverse dreams as a mere observer, but as a person eager to cultivate connections. Each night would become an invitation to recognize his own strength and extend that power into others. Thomas embraced life with an enriched perspective, weaving through his days with purpose and resolve. He pursued his relationships with fervor, deepening his friendship with Lisa, who encouraged him to cultivate connections grounded in both their realities and shared burdens. Weekend afternoons spent at a coffee shop morphed into discussions rich with dreams, laughter, and hopes. It wasn't just about the moments they shared in dreams. It was about the essence of who they were together, growing stronger as they explored their vulnerabilities. His nights regained their allure, the dreamscape now a place of embracing unity instead of fear. He welcomed the journeys he experienced, indulging in the flair of creativity, exploring the intertwining threads of dreams and lives. The uncharted realm became a beacon of connection rather than isolation. As he drifted to sleep each night, Thomas found himself graced with dreams cherished by those around him, soaring through landscapes filled with vibrant energy and whispered blessings, a reminder of the illuminating power of shared experiences. And in this interplay between the tangible and ethereal, the whispers became a reminder. No one traveled alone, but together, they traversed the realm of dreams, a tapestry woven from the strengths of their interconnected souls. And no longer afraid, Thomas embraced the art of connection and empathy, fully aware that every whisper of the dreamscape held the power to shine light upon the shadows. And thus, with every fall into slumber, Thomas ambled through the world of dreams, a harmonious symphony of shared burdens, whispers of joy, and truths shimmering brightly in the dance of light and shadow. As weeks morphed into months, Thomas found himself enveloped in an intricate web of dreams and realities. Each night, his journeys became deeper, more complex. The dreamscape unfolded before him like an unraveled tapestry, revealing not just the dreams of those he knew, but also those of strangers who crossed his path. It was as if the universe conspired to broaden his horizons, inviting him to explore the intricacies of the human experience on a grander scale. During one particularly memorable evening, Thomas found himself in a dream that pulsated with vivid energy, the air crackling with excitement. He stood in the middle of a bustling city, a cacophony of sounds surrounding him. Laughter and music intertwined, creating a vibrant symphony that echoed through the air. The buildings around him were adorned with colors that danced under a moonlit sky, a testament to the joy of celebration. "Welcome to the Festival of Dreams," a voice called out, drawing Thomas's attention. A group of vibrant figures approached him, their faces aglow with enthusiasm. They were artists, dancers, and musicians, each one embodying the essence of creativity. Their movements were fluid, flowing through the streets like water, beckoning Thomas to join them in their exuberance. As he stepped forward, he felt an overwhelming urge to express himself. Together with the dreamers, he embraced the rhythm of the night, laughter bubbling within him as he danced under the stars. Here, amidst this celebration, he tasted absolute freedom, an understanding that sharing joy was just as vital as sharing pain. The connections forged in happiness were just as profound, reminding him that life was a delicate balance of light and shadow. In the depths of that dream, Thomas shared stories with the artists, and the energy of their creativity melded with his own, granting him inspiration that spiraled beyond imagination. They created art together, painting vibrant murals that filled the air with color and wonder. The fleeting nature of the dream reminded him of the importance of seizing the present, embracing creativity in every form. Each art piece became a symbol of collective joy, echoing the shared experiences that united them. Yet even amidst this exuberant realm, the shadows lingered, remnants of the burdens he had come to understand too well. As the night wore on, he caught glimpses of those escaping the harsh realities of life. In an alcove, he noticed a woman sitting quietly, her head bowed in sorrow, her dreams weighed down by invisible shackles. "Help her," an artist whispered, their voice laden with urgency. "All she needs is a touch of hope." Enjoying the story? Don't forget to like and subscribe to Storyetional. And if you love chilling tales, check out our horror playlist for more. Without hesitation, Thomas approached the woman, the warmth of the festival fading as the weight of her despair enveloped him. He knelt beside her, gently lifting her chin to meet his gaze. Her eyes shimmered with unshed tears, revealing a deep-seated pain that resonated within him. He recalled his own struggles, forging a connection through empathy and understanding. "What burdens your heart?" he asked gently. Through choked breaths, she shared her story, broken dreams, lost love, and hope crushed beneath the weight of expectation. Thomas listened attentively, each word echoing in the depths of his soul. He recognized the flickers of resilience that still lingered within her. Beneath the sorrow, hope began to glimmer. "You are stronger than you know," Thomas reassured her. "Every burden you carry can be transformed into a source of light. You are not alone." With those words, the shadows around her began to dissipate, replaced by the golden glow of possibility. The festival resumed its vibrancy, and the laughter of the artists enveloped them once more. The woman's eyes brightened, and for the first time in a long while, she smiled, a flicker of warmth amidst the cold. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice filled with gratitude. "I thought I had lost everything, but you reminded me that hope still exists." Enjoying the story? Don't forget to like and subscribe to Storyetional. And if you love chilling tales, check out our horror playlist for more. As the dream began to fade, Thomas was enveloped in a torrent of emotions, elation intertwined with sorrow, beauty mixed with heartache. He awoke the next morning feeling as though something significant had shifted within him. It was more than the understanding of others' grief. It was the recognition of hope that persisted even in the darkest corners of the mind. Days turned into weeks, and the transformative experiences in the dream realm fueled his waking life. Thomas began to incorporate elements of creativity into his daily routines at the library. He set up art displays, organized storytelling sessions, and encouraged patrons to share their own dreams and aspirations like brushstrokes on a canvas. Each event welcomed vulnerability, bridging gaps between people and allowing them to share the weight of their burdens as well as their joys. The community responded, stories blossoming like flowers in spring, and Thomas relished the connections forged in these moments of raw honesty. Lisa became his co-conspirator, weaving dreams of her own into their adventures. One Saturday afternoon, they decided to organize an open mic event, inviting townsfolk to share their stories, poetry, and experiences. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm orange glow, anticipation crackled in the air. The library filled with attendees, each person ready to unveil their pieces of heart and soul. Thomas stepped onto the small makeshift stage, his heart pounding as he felt the warmth of the audience's gaze. Welcome to our gathering, he began, his voice steady. Tonight, we come together to share our stories, the laughter and the pain, the dreams and the losses. Every voice matters. One by one, people took the stage, bravely sharing their tales, revealing vulnerabilities, and speaking of both joys and sorrows. A young boy told of his exploration through dreams, while a woman shared her struggles of motherhood and dreams deferred. A veteran recounted the harrowing memories of war, while an artist showcased the pieces of her heart through a beautiful poem. As each story unfolded, a beautiful tapestry of humanity emerged, woven from threads of compassion and understanding. Thomas felt an overwhelming sense of joy and purpose as he watched lives intertwine, connections forming in the shared experience of vulnerability. When it was Lisa's turn to speak, Thomas could see the light in her eyes. As we explore our dreams and confront our shadows, we must remember we are never alone on this journey, she began, her voice ringing with clarity. Each of us carries shards of light and darkness, and together we make each other whole. The audience erupted in applause, their cheers reverberating through the library walls. Thomas felt a swell of emotion. This was what it was all about, a community connected through the delicate weaving of stories and dreams. As the event concluded, people lingered, sharing laughter and creating plans for future gatherings. Thomas felt a profound sense of belonging, knowing that he had played a part in stitching the hearts of his community together through shared experiences. Every journey he undertook in the dream realm spilled over into reality, creating a ripple effect that extended far beyond him. However, in those quiet hours before sleep, rest now brought a myriad of shades of wonder and introspection. Each night he delved into dreams held the potential for joy, but he remained acutely aware of the balance that life demanded. He began to see dreams not as escapism but as opportunities for growth. It was a few weeks later that Thomas found himself drawn back to the streets of the festival. The colors and music once again filled the air, but this time, he noted the vibrant energy of creativity, a glow enriched with deeper understanding. As he danced alongside the artists, he also noticed souls lingering at the edges, feeling disconnected from the celebration. Fueled by empathy, he moved beyond the merriment, seeking out those shadows who drifted alone. There, he found a young man standing apart from the festivities, his gaze lost as he watched from a distance. Thomas approached him with warmth, offering a friendly smile. "What keeps you away from the celebration?" Thomas asked softly. "Enjoying the story? Don't forget to like and subscribe to Storyational. And if you love chilling tales, check out our horror playlist for more." The young man looked into Thomas's eyes, his expression a mixture of longing and despair. "I don't belong here," he replied with a tremble in his voice. "I've lost my way, and it feels like the world moved on without me." Thomas felt the flame of empathy ignite once more. "You are not alone. Every one of us has walked through darkness to reach this moment. Let me show you the beauty of this night," he encouraged, reaching out his hand. With a hesitant smile, the young man took it, and together they crossed the threshold into the joyous atmosphere. As they immersed themselves in the festivities, Thomas witnessed the light return to the young man's eyes, laughter bubbling forth as they joined the dancers and artists in a celebration of life. In that moment, he understood that sometimes it took just one person to help illuminate the path back to connection. Later, amidst the swirl of colors and sound, Thomas was reminded that the shadows would always be part of the experience. Yet it was in the act of connection and shared understanding that the beauty of existence shone brightest. That night encapsulated the essence of what it meant to weave together the rich tapestry of life, facing the entirety of human experience together. When he awoke the next morning, the sun cast soft rays through his window, reminding him of the communal glow he had felt. He smiled, musing that the shared stories and dreams were even more profound than he had imagined. With renewed energy, he crafted plans for more events, each one an open invitation for vulnerability and creativity. The library buzzed with activity, and soon, stories became a daily rhythm. People seeking solace in both the light and the dark, finding courage in their shared experiences. Amidst this blossoming tapestry, he rekindled his bond with Lisa, and they found comfort in the synergy of their work, creating projects that highlighted the interconnectedness of all lives. Months slipped into a gentle rhythm, grounded in the embrace of shared creativity. The more he opened himself to the beauty of dreams, the more he seemed to glean information about not just the mind of others, but also the depths of his heart. His own passions emerged. Painting became a new sanctuary, a medium through which he could express the kaleidoscope of feelings he encountered in dreams and reality alike. One crisp autumn evening, Thomas set up his easel in the park, the golden light of sunset wrapping around him like a warm embrace. With every stroke of paint on canvas, he unraveled pieces of himself that had long sat dormant. Nature inspired him, and the vibrant hues of the setting sun whispered stories worth capturing. He painted not just for himself, but to inspire others to discover the artist within. A call to arms for fellow dreamers. A small cadre of budding artists soon joined him, drawn by his energy and creativity. They shared laughter, aspirations, and ideas, adding to the warmth that enveloped the park. Thomas created a community of dreamers and makers, where every voice contributed to the ever-evolving narrative they wove together. That night, as he returned home, there was a lightness in his heart. Every brushstroke, every laugh shared with friends felt like an extension of the connections forged in the dream realm. He knew he would continue to welcome journeys that danced between shadows and light, and through this balance, he cultivated the strength of vulnerability, a sturdy thread woven through the fabric of humanity. As sleep beckoned each night, Thomas welcomed it like an old friend. He knew he would traverse the realms of dreams, diving into depths unknown, unafraid and eager to discover the richness of life in all its forms. His heart opened to the beauty of shared stories, igniting connections that crossed the chasms of sleep and reality. In this ongoing journey, he cherished the night's weave and the day's embrace, a harmonious dance of dreams that brightened the shadows. Each adventure continued to solidify the understanding that while darkness is an inevitable part of existence, it is met with the resilience of the human spirit, ever ready to shine through the canvas of life. And so, the story unfurled, echoing through the realms of dreams and reality, a reminder that the whispers of the dreamscape held not only the secrets of fears, but also the keys to understanding the boundless beauty of connection woven into each fleeting moment of existence. As the months progressed, Thomas found himself increasingly enmeshed in the vibrant tapestry of life outside the realm of dreams. The community's artistic endeavors flourished, and the library became a sanctuary for creativity, collaboration, and healing. Friends and strangers alike gathered, sharing their stories, dreams, and talents, fostering connections that crossed the traditional boundaries of relationships. One fateful evening, as the air grew crisp with the onset of winter, Thomas organized a themed night titled Dreams and Reflections. The goal was simple yet profound: to encourage attendees to share not only their dreams, but also the emotions and experiences that shaped those dreams. Laptops and sketchbooks, paints and canvas, and the hum of excitement filled the library as preparations unfolded. Lisa, with her ever-encouraging spirit, suggested a discussion segment where individuals could share the dreams they had encountered recently. "Let's make it interactive," she proposed. "Let's allow people to divulge their dreams, and then, together, we can offer insights and perspectives as a community." The idea was met with enthusiasm, and as the night drew closer, Thomas could feel a current of energy surging through the group. They set up a cozy area in the library adorned with twinkling fairy lights, cushions, and a warm glow from nearby lamps, enhancing the inviting atmosphere. That night, as people began to trickle in, Thomas greeted familiar faces and welcomed new ones. The library resonated with conversations, laughter, and the clinking of mugs filled with warm drinks. The variety of personalities and stories created a dynamic atmosphere that crackled with potential. As the festivities commenced, Thomas introduced the event. He spoke passionately about the importance of dreams, not just as fleeting narratives of sleep, but as reflections of the desires and struggles within each of them. Dreams are our souls speaking to us, urging us to confront our fears, chase our passions, and seek connection, he exclaimed, a smile spreading across his face. One by one, attendees shared their dreams, some whimsical, others haunting. A young woman spoke of flying in her dreams, an exhilarating sensation that filled her with joy. In contrast, an older gentleman recounted a recurring nightmare about being trapped in a building with no way out, a symbol of his struggles with the pressures of life. When an elderly lady stepped forward, the room grew silent with anticipation. Her voice trembled as she shared her story, the vivid imagery of her late husband's comforting presence in her dreams, wrapped in warmth and laughter. It was a testament to enduring love, bringing tears to many in the audience. Dreams have allowed me to connect with him, if only in fleeting moments, she said softly. In them, I found solace and the strength to move forward. In the reflections that followed, Thomas encouraged everyone to share how they related to each story, drawing parallels and offering support. The atmosphere shifted, infusing warmth and empathy as they realized the power of shared experiences. The dreams became not just personal tales but threads connecting them all in a vivid tapestry of life. As the night progressed, the discussions deepened, and a transformative energy enveloped the room. Each individual became a mirror reflecting back on the aspirations and fears nestled within their hearts. For Thomas, it was like diving deeper into the intricate layers of humanity, revealing the beauty hidden within every story. Towards the end of the evening, an unexpected request shifted the energy in the room. A quiet man, who had remained in the background for much of the night, stepped forward hesitantly. I have been dreaming of a dark ocean, he began, his voice low, each word a tangible whisper of vulnerability. It terrifies me. I feel as if I'm drifting without a purpose. A hush fell over the group, the weight of his admission lingering thick in the air. Thomas recognized the importance of this moment, the chance to create connection through shared vulnerability yet again. That's a poignant dream, he responded, meeting the man's gaze. What do you think the ocean represents for you? The room held its breath as the man paused, lost in thought. I think it's my fears, to be lost, to be without direction. His voice faltered momentarily. I've struggled to find my footing in this life, as if my dreams are out of reach. Several voices prompted him, offering empathy and understanding. Lisa stepped forward gently. What if, instead of being lost, you see yourself as floating on the ocean? It's vast and open, full of endless possibilities. Perhaps there's an adventure awaiting you just below the surface. The man's eyes began to flicker with realization, the layers of uncertainty dissolving slowly. This moment transformed from sharing a burden into discovering hope, a fleeting light that permeated the collective consciousness of the room. As thoughts blossomed and hearts opened, Thomas felt invigorated. The community held the power to reflect and support one another, and here, amidst shared dreams, healing began to flourish. He marveled at the magic that unfurled each time they gathered. As the night drew to a close, attendees exchanged contact information and plans for future gatherings, a ripple effect igniting potential for ongoing support. Thomas reveled in the sense of unity and warmth enveloping them as they stepped out into the cold winter night, the world outside seemingly brighter, more vibrant. Days turned into weeks. Events continued to breathe life into the library, feeding into the growing tapestry of creativity and connection. The dreams shared during those evenings created an interconnected fabric of understanding, where heartaches were acknowledged and joys celebrated. In the quiet moments of reflection, Thomas found himself smiling at the beauty of it all, the strength found in vulnerability and the connections forged through empathy. However, Thomas's own dreams began to shift, allowing him a glimpse into new realms of understanding. As he navigated the landscapes of others' dreams, he discovered themes of discovery, adventure, and companionship. Enjoying the story? Don't forget to like and subscribe to Storyetional. And if you love chilling tales, check out our horror playlist for more. One night, he found himself in a familiar setting, a lush forest, vibrant with life and possibility. The air sang with the melodies of chirping birds, and sunlight flickered through the leaves, casting gentle shadows on the ground. To his surprise, he encountered several familiar faces amid the trees, all appearing lost in their own thoughts. "Join us, Thomas," a fellow dreamer called out, gesturing toward the enchanting scenery. "We have come to explore the secrets of this realm together." With an exhilarated heart, Thomas agreed, and together they trekked deeper into the forest, navigating cascading streams and waterfalls that shimmered in the sunlight. As they journeyed, Thomas felt an invigorating surge of camaraderie, an understanding that they were embarking on this adventure as a collective. The further they walked, the more attuned to the whispers of the forest he became. The rustling leaves seemed to speak, guiding their steps while unveiling hidden wonders. They shared stories along the way, each person revealing pieces of their lives, their dreams, and their fears. When they reached a clearing, the scene opened up like a vivid painting, revealing a breathtaking vista that stretched endlessly before them. A magnificent mountain loomed in the distance, its summit kissed by the clouds, while valleys painted in emerald stretched as far as the eye could see. "Let's climb," someone shouted, bubbling with enthusiasm. The group shared determined glances, a silent consensus enveloping them. Without hesitation, they began their ascent up the mountain, moving together as one. The unity they previously crafted in waking life resonated in this dreamscape, amplifying the connection forged through shared experience. As they climbed, hurdles arose, steep inclines, rocky terrain, and moments of uncertainty. Each obstacle brought forth moments of laughter and encouragement, igniting the spirit of teamwork among them. Thomas felt invigorated. This journey mirrored the struggles and triumphs of his waking life, the balance of challenges and joy that accompanied growth. Finally, after an arduous climb, they reached the summit. Standing at the edge, Thomas breathed deeply, drinking in the sheer beauty of the world beneath him. The ocean of trees undulated like waves, and the horizon melted into the hues of the setting sun, painting the sky in oranges and purples. In that moment of triumph, Thomas and his companions shared smiles and cheers of accomplishment. They had each faced their own fears, and together they had conquered the mountain. As they celebrated, Thomas felt an overwhelming sense of connection, an understanding that they had not only ascended to new heights physically but had also grown emotionally, supporting and lifting each other along the way. Enjoying the story? Don't forget to like and subscribe to Storyetional. And if you love chilling tales, check out our horror playlist for more. Time passed, and as they basked in the glory of their achievement, Thomas realized this experience mirrored the very essence of life. The struggles, the shared laughter, and the bonds formed through facing challenges together forged resilience. When morning light gently beckoned him awake, Thomas felt an invigorating sense of purpose surging within him. It was a reminder that life, much like dreams, was meant to be shared. The potential for adventure and connection intertwined through every shared moment. With renewed fervor, he committed to fostering a growing community. He began collaborating with local artists, storytellers, and educators to create immersive events that encouraged exploration of creativity and self-expression. Workshops flourished, and the library blossomed into a hub where people sought solace, inspiration, and connection. Throughout this journey, Thomas realized that shadow and light were entangled in an intricate dance, a delicate balance that enriched both their dream lives and their realities. With each interaction, he sought to illuminate the shadows, inviting the community to reflect on their own experiences and embrace the beauty of vulnerability. In quiet moments of reflection, he marveled at how far he had come. A mid-level librarian now flourishing as a beacon of creativity and connection. The weight of expectations had shifted. The dreams and aspirations of those around him intermingled with his own, weaving a collective narrative that was rich in color and depth. As winter gave way to spring, flowers bloomed, signifying new beginnings and possibilities. One sunny afternoon, amid the vibrant colors and warm breeze, Thomas organized a festival of dreams. He envisioned it as an opportunity for the community to celebrate their growth, the stories, the journeys, and the connections they had forged together. People flocked to the park, arriving with blankets, art supplies, and instruments. It was a day of storytelling, collaboration, and shared dreams, an embrace of creativity and community. Musicians played cheerful tunes, artists painted murals under the sun, and laughter echoed through the yard. At one point during the festival, as the sun dipped low, Thomas gathered everyone for a community circle. He reflected on the journey they had all undertaken together, the shared stories, the connections made, and the resilience they had nurtured through vulnerability. Enjoying the story? Don't forget to like and subscribe to Storyetional. And if you love chilling tales, check out our horror playlist for more. Dreams have the power to connect us, he addressed the crowd, his heart swelling with pride. Whether in our waking lives or in the realm beyond, we find strength and beauty when we share our journeys. Let's continue to embrace the whispers of dreams, support each other, and grow together. As the crowd erupted in applause, Thomas felt a sense of fulfillment wash over him. This was the culmination of everything he had worked towards. The community had flourished, and they stood united by the shared acknowledgement of dreams, struggles, and aspirations. Later that evening, as the stars twinkled brightly overhead, Thomas lay in his bed, filled with a profound sense of gratitude. The dreams of the day felt woven into the fabric of his being, tangible threads connecting him to those he had come to care for deeply. In the stillness of his room, he drifted into sleep, ready for the new adventures that awaited him. Each dream, each journey into the realm beyond, became an opportunity to explore new possibilities and weave deeper connections, enriching both his own life and the lives of those he cherished. And as the whispers of the dreamscape cradled him, he sought not only to explore his own heart, but also to be a guiding light for others. It was in the balance of dreams and reality, in the intertwining stories of individuals, that true magic thrived, a symphony of connection that pulsed through every fleeting moment. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe to Storyetional, and check out our horror playlist for more terrifying tales.